So Google have just confirmed that they are going to continue with the standard shopping campaigns, and they're not going to stop them. So what they've announced is standard shopping campaigns will remain in Google Ads for the foreseeable future. However, smart shoppings are going away and will transition into Performance Max later on between July and September. So any smart shopping which you may be running, they are going to go into Performance Max. And here's a little table, which is courtesy of Manual, and it shows you what you can and cannot do in smart shopping and standard. So let's quickly go through it to refresh our memory as to what these campaigns can do. Suppose maximize conversion value bid. Strategy, smart shopping, yes. Standard, no. Can be shown on the display network. Smart shopping, yes. Standard shopping, no. They only go on the Google page. Can be shown on Gmail and YouTube, yes, for smart shopping. Supports campaign priorities. This is the biggest one where I would like to think is the biggest difference between smart and standard shopping. Smart shopping, you don't have any control with regards to this, whereas over here you can create the high, top priority, medium priority, and low priority, or high priority, medium, and low priority campaigns. Campaign structure for this only in standard shopping. Allow you to create several groups of products. Yes, no. Suppose negative keywords. Again, smart shopping does not give you anything, whereas the standard shopping you can control quite a bit with using the negative keywords creatively. And you got allows you to search, see search terms, and supports ad schedule, supports bid adjustments per audience. That's really important as well, and also allow you to see a breakdown on the performance of as per the network. That was the first announcement. The other one is the 3 changes coming to Google Ads automated extensions, and this is through our courtesy of our friends at searchengineland.com. So Google have just announced these 3 changes. A type of ad extension that is created dynamically for your ad when it's predicted to improve your performance. Now, what that prediction is, only Google knows. Here's what's changing. Automated and manual extensions can be shown together. So starting sometime in mid-March, automated extensions can be shown with manually created extensions. So if you have created 2 site links manually, Google Ads can show 2 dynamic site links as well, for a total of up to 4 site links. So it can mix and match these together. Reporting, Google Ads will provide a report for automatically created extensions. You can see these in the table view of the extensions page like this over here. And they can be added at ad group, campaign, or account level, which is good. Also starting in mid-March, site links, callouts, structure snippets from higher levels in your account can serve with extensions of the same type from lower levels. So here's before and after from Google Ads that illustrates before and after structure. Now, as per Google's best practices, opt into dynamic site links, dynamic callouts, and dynamic structure snippets to give the system more opportunities to show extensions with your ads. You can pause or remove an extension, individual extension that was automatically created if you don't want it to show with your ads anymore. Now, that's up to you how much you are going to take into account what the Google recommendation is. Some people I know, they never opt in, and quite a few people I know, they do opt in. If you're going to ask me what we do as an agency or what I do, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm going to give you a very diplomatic answer to this. Some of the recommendations are not aligned with our campaign goals, so we tend to ignore them or cancel them. Okay, Then we have, this is the most exciting stuff which has been announced, especially for those of you who are running experiments. So this is really, really good news, and we have already started to see how easy and effortless it is now to update and sync the experiments with the campaign. So what the problem was before, previously when you were running an experiment, meant that you had to first create a campaign draft and then test that draft separately in an experiment. Now you can select a campaign and create a custom experiment for it in a single step. It is literally takes a minute or two. It is really, really quick. So when you set up your experiment, you can specify how long you'd like it to run and how much of your original campaign's traffic and budget you'd like to use. So you can split it 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, however you want. You have got total control over the experiment creation. And it is set up in 3 simple steps, as you can see over here: step 1, step 2, and step 3. It's super fast and super simple. And the way to optimize your experiments with the sync. Now, sync is the new feature which makes everything really, really easy and effortless. So to make it easier for you to run valid experiments, Google is rolling out this new sync feature with your experiments. So in the past, keeping experiments, and this was the problem, big problem and headache to keep on top of it. Keeping your experiments up to date meant that you had to manually copy changes over from the original to the new one, right, to the experiment. This is both literally difficult and impossible and time consuming to keep on top of everything, especially if you're running multiple experiments at the same time. So with this campaign, Google will automatically update your experiment with any changes you make in the original campaign. So if you add new keywords to a campaign while you're running an experiment on it, it's going to sync to the experiment as well. Or you pause them, whatever changes you made is going to sync, as that's what it says, sync. These keywords will automatically be added to your experiment as well. Sync is turned on by default when you create a new experiment, and I would recommend that you just keep it switched on, because you don't want to switch it off. Otherwise, it's no point in doing all this work manually. Keep it on. And if you're going to ask me how we run our experiments, we tend to do 50-50, because then we want the experiment to gather the data as fast as possible. And sometimes we do a 70-30 if a campaign is doing really well and we don't want to rock the boat. So we can either do 70-30 or 80-20. But it's entirely up to you what the goals are and how the campaigns are performing.